What to have for dinner can be a dilemma, but if you follow the simple rules of what's fresh in the marketplace, what looks good at the butcher shop, and what do you really want to eat, you can come up with a great idea. This dish is a sautéed chicken with lime and cilantro and butternut squash quesadilla. Right now I've peeled my butternut squash and I've halved it, and now I'm going to slice it quite thinly. I'm going to make dinner for, about 4 people tonight. So here we have our thin slices. To cook this squash, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in my baking dish, maybe 1½ tablespoons, and spread the squash around. A little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm going to put some red hot pepper flakes. The oven's turned to 375 degrees. This will go in the oven while I prepare my chicken. The boneless chicken breasts look so great. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of salt on them. And I have a little bit of minced garlic. I'm just going to put a little garlic in there. I will put some limes in there too. Thin slices of lime. So see what I'm doing here? Just trying to create something that's very beautiful. And I have to put a little bit of butter in our pan. I like to cook chicken in an iron skillet with a little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil. You could do this with orange slices. You could do it with lemon too. It would be sort of like a chicken piccata. The lime is a little bit more Mexican. You can put a little bit more garlic in the pan if you like. Just a light dusting of cumin. I'll add a little bit more lime juice to the pan. Lime juice will caramelize a little bit with the garlic. And I also have jalapeno pepper. And I'm going to use these in our quesadilla. I'm going to just cook these a little bit. And now on my breadboard, I will start making our quesadilla. Half a quesadilla per person I think will be great. And we need some of the goat cheese. So spread the cheese around, sort of crumbling it a little bit. I'm being quite generous with the cheese because as it cooks, it will melt and hold the quesadilla together. Now, this is very beautiful cilantro, and it's very nice with the cheese and the butternut squash, which is still cooking in the oven. You can see what's happening to the jalapeno peppers. They're turning an even brighter green as they cook up a little bit. They'll be very pungent. Okay, let's see what our chicken looks like. Ah, there, it's getting a beautiful color. Adjust the heat so they brown, but they don't blacken. You could squeeze a little bit more lime juice on them. And let's see how the butternut squash is doing. Oh, it's looking great. See, it's cooked down a bit. It's a lovely color. So expect this to take about 40 minutes. And now just place some of these pieces of squash. These tortillas are great. They come from a place called Kitchen on 8th Avenue between 21st and 22nd Street. A little tiny bit of salt. And our jalapeno peppers, we can't forget those. They're so good toasted like this. Cover these with another tortilla. A little bit of oil in the non-stick pan. And we will toast our first quesadilla. And just cook that until it is slightly colored on the underside. It looks great. I'm going to flip this out onto the plate. Doesn't that look great? And slide it back into the pan. Our chicken is done. Here's our beautiful chicken. You can slice this in half. And now to cut up a quesadilla, just use a pair of scissors like this. Works beautifully. So I would say 2 quarters per person. So we have our quesadilla. Put a sprig of cilantro on your plate. And you can garnish even with a couple more pieces of butternut squash. And you have what to have for dinner very easily and in record time.